All right, I'm under a Dodge 3500 Sprinter or Mercedes-Benz, and I'm working on this transmission fluid change. And I thought I'd show you. Here's your transmission pan, come right in the center, come back. And what you've got is little T30 bolts all around the pan. And you got a 5mm hex here, and I still have not been able to break that yet, so I'm going to have to work on that. But I also find that the wonderful engineering, these bolts, some of them are right here at cross members, and to get these back ones out in such a tight space, the easiest way to do it is to get you a little T30. If I can show you this, a little T30 here, just a little small one, and then get you a 1/4-inch wrench. And when you put that in, you can use that 1/4-inch wrench to get around it and loosen them up and get them out. Now, the rest of them are straightforward. I mean, they're easy access, but when you get back here onto these cross members, you need to get under there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap a 5 in here. It's going to take a lot of pressure to break this, and I don't want to strip it, so I'm going to try to oversize a little bit maybe and see what I can do to get that out. Ultimately, I'm wanting to drain this, then take his pan out, clean this up, put a new filter and all in it, so more to come. All right, now this is looking back at that cross member installed, and you can see it supports the transmission on the back end. There's a center bolt here, pushed up in there now, bolted in, and then there's 2 on each side here, this side and the other side. That's what holds that cross member, which provides the transmission support on the back side here. Now, if you remove that, then you can raise that transmission to get your pan out, to change your filter. Otherwise, like I said, you would have to take this center bolt out, rethread it at least 6 or 7 deep. You would have to take the 2 bolts down here where that exhaust bracket ties in here. It ties in over, it comes across. Loosen them up so that you have enough to push up, because this is the problem here. I'm looking upside down, but this is the problem here. The pan can't clear the front cross member and get over the filter without raising this transmission, and that's what I've done now. All right, so this picture is kind of distorted because it's upside down and sideways and all, but it's the only way I can show you. So, all right, now that's with the new filter changed, and re-torqued it and put the pan back on. So we'll go up top and put some transmission fluid in. All right, I wanted to make this video also to show you that if you take the cross member out, then you can easily jack up the transmission here. You can see I have a bottle jack that helps you to get that pan out. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to take the cross member out, which is not that difficult actually, there's a center bolt here, and then there's 2 on each side here and 2 over here, and you can see I put anti-seize on them. What you could do is remove this center cap here, rethread that bolt, and then loosen this bracket. This bracket goes over to the exhaust. So you'd have to loosen these, bring them down maybe 1 inch, And then you could probably jack off of that bolt with a piece of board and accomplish the same thing. But I wasn't going to risk it. You could thread that bolt in and rely on the threads of the bolt to push that transmission up. But you can actually push it with your hand for the most part, but I didn't want to take that chance, and it was only taking 4 more bolts out. So I went ahead and removed the cross member, then jacked this up enough to where I could get that pan out and then change that filter. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to do it. Now, if you have a later model, I think you can, but with these early models, that cross member sits there and there's just not enough clearance to get it out. All right, more to come. All right, now to finish this out, what I've done is I've got 3/4 inch just old heater hose, and I pushed it over that fill plug so it wouldn't leak on the side because it's such a small hole. And I'm putting in my tranny fluid now. And the system holds, I believe, 7.5 quarts. Here again is what I'm using, Titan ATF 4134. Approved for sprinters. And I've got a dipstick too. I can go down there and check it, but I always measure what I take out and use that as a reference point of what I need to put back in. Now, there's another procedure to go ahead and flush more of this out. I'm not going to cover, it's covered in other videos, but anyway, I've shown you how to get access to change your filter and get that pan off. And then I'm doing just basically a drain and fill here process. So you can see how I've got my funnel up top, going to my heater hose down on that valve, that fill point, and that'll keep it from leaking out the sides. And that's it, doing a transmission fluid change. Thanks for watching. Okay, now I have the vehicle cranked, and I have been shifting through the gears, letting it warm up. And here's that check dipstick that you use. Now, when you push the dipstick down in, you're going to still have about 3 inches. It'll bottom out, and you'll still have 3 inches of dipstick on the handle side. So don't shove it all the way down in there. You'll have to leave it about 3 inches up. Then your cold mark is down here between the bottom, and after it's warmed up, it'll be up at the upper level between the hash marks on your dipstick. So I've done it with cold. I check it with cold down, warming the engine up. And I'm just going to do a check with it warm, and I'm going to call this another job complete. So remember, these don't come with dipsticks, so you have to buy a dipstick. There's a little cap that you remove. I'll show you here. It has a safety feature on it too. Not a safety, but a clip, I guess you call it, right there. Now when you break that, you have to kind of break the top of that off and then push that down, and then this will pull off. And that's how you fill and check the transmission. Now when you buy a new filter, it'll come with a new pin. Let me show you. Here's the filter box, and inside the filter box, I'll show you here, there'll be a new locking pin that you can put back into that cap. Or you can reuse your other one. You broke the top off, you can still reuse it. What you do is, once you install it, push your little pin back up. You'll just be missing the top portion. Or if you got a new one like I do, just go ahead and replace that with your new one. So it's just a little locking pin that holds that down in place. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. All right, I do want to clarify something too. Depending on the dipstick that you buy and the model that you have, notice on mine it says the dipstick will protrude from the fill tube approximately 3 inches when inserted. On the 2002 to 2006 models, the dipstick will not protrude on the 2007 to 2010 models. So Mine's an '07, so in fact, this dipstick, you do insert it all the way. So pay attention to whichever dipstick you buy, and based on the model year that you have. All right, and now I've ran this engine. I ran it down the road and come back. I don't know if you can see this on the dipstick, but I'm right here, right in the center, exactly where you want to be for hot. And that's with a hot engine. It tells you the temperature 180, I believe, somewhere in that range. And so I'm perfect. That's where you want to be when you check it. All right. Again, thanks for watching.